all over the world with ideas, combining things and so forth, trying to find ways. And I happen to have been assigned 4 of those, so I'm not necessarily the school committee or school decisions, but other things. So we're starting to work on flushing those out, and that means getting around and visiting with people and finding out what really is in that line in the budget, and what does it mean, what functions are actually being carried out, and then try to figure out how the functions might fit together or not fit together, and there may be a fatal flaw in any one of those, probably in a lot of the 50 that we'll scrap them, and hopefully we'll find something that will save some cash or make some money, one or the other.
Great. And so on a regular basis, you'll be giving us updates at
Sure.
meetings on what's going on. Great. Thanks. Any questions for Cliff? Thank you, Cliff. Any other subcommittee updates? I don't think there are any, are there?
Nope.
Okay, strategic planning benchmark updates, nothing tonight. Anything in administrative reports, David? And
Just a comment, if the weather's hot, and we're in the heat wave, and it's that time of year when people question, why we don't have AC in schools, and what are the conditions for running schools and so forth. And Wayne Hardiker is working with our HVAC tech. Is always envious. If you have a modular classroom, you have access to AC, but we put some level of controls on that, and so we're within guidelines and we're watching it very carefully. Our principals and nurses encourage school staff to work with children just to make sure they're hydrated and dressing appropriately when you're coming to school. You heard from Dr. Katzos, the field day was abbreviated, it'll get rescheduled.
I know they were all supposed to have the sophomore cookout tomorrow at the high school. They
Right.
moved that to Wednesday because
Exactly.
it's supposed to be cooler on Wednesday.
So we're very sensitive to the heat. Also, this is the time when you remind people about sunburning and sunscreen, both children and adults. It kind of sneaks up on us.
Someone has to build a water gun.
Oh, we might want to point out, especially to the elementary school parents, that sandals, while nice and cool, are not great footwear for school.
Yeah.
Crocs as well, just because of, the way kids play and tumble, the Crocs tend to slip and fall off, and kids hurt themselves, and people step on exposed toes. I know my children always do when I have sandals on. So, just a reminder.
And the 8th grade is en route.
Oh, that's right,
We
Washington.
should be in Washington now, and
115 minutes,
Oh,
I think.
Oh, boy.
How hot is it in
DC.
Washington?
The real field temperature was supposed to be 115.
Really? No trees.
Oh.
Future business, we have our June 23rd meeting, we'll start at 7. I noticed we have an executive session that night at 6:30, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then July 21st, and during the summer, we usually meet once a month, so we have a July 21st meeting scheduled for 7, August 25th at 7:30, and then if needed, an August 4th meeting at 7 p.m.
We generally meet once a month in the summer months.
Right.
I put that early August meeting in the event that there's something that we need to vote on for the town warrant. It comes October town meeting, but perhaps that can be done on the 21st of July.
Okay. We need to have an executive session, so at this time, we have a vote for an executive session for the purposes of collective bargaining and litigation, and we will return to open session for the purpose of adjournment.
Oh, move to go into executive session in the superintendent's air-conditioned conference room.
I'm very
The air
good.
conditioning is not on.
What? Well, you will
It's
turn
not
it.
on, the windows are open.
And return to open session for the purposes of adjournment.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs.
Absolutely.
Davis, second by Mrs. Baca. Mrs. Davis?
Aye.
Mrs. Venezia?
Aye.
Mrs. Baca?
Aye.
Mr. Bowers? Chair votes aye. Thank you. Could you please run down and turn that in?
9:06?
Well, 9:06.
Wow. Yeah, well, we got it, the the summer right after Ronan was born, and I'm sitting there with a
Stuck to
hot
my